Welcome. In this video, I'll be continuing on with your purchasing assignment demonstration on taking a recipe and building a food order that we did in the last video. All of these, again, include each and every ingredient in appropriate categories with purchasable amounts. Our next step was to locate each of these items here and complete a price sheet. I'm going to concentrate on just the dairy products. Remember, our requisition was for the cheese blintzes with a berry compote. We built our full food order or food requisition here and listed our dairy products first. So we had eggs that we determined we needed half a dozen, and this here represented the cost. This was $1.15 per dozen to tell us that the total cost for half a dozen eggs was 58 cents. We'll come back to this. Our next dairy ingredients are milk, butter, ricotta cheese, and mascarpone cheese. I've located the milk and the butter, as well as the ricotta and mascarpone, the dairy pricing log. I want to draw your attention to the ricotta cheese. There are two options here for ricotta cheese, and you'll notice have the same UPC. The case size is 6 3-pound containers. So this is a total of 18 pounds of ricotta cheese coming in as a full case at the cost of $37.64. Notice the second line says one each instead of one case, and then it has the price listed with each after it. This is referring to the idea that you can get one 3-pound tub for $7. It's important when you're working on your pricing guide to note the correct information here and the correct corresponding price. Here you can see for the case size, I have listed the full 6 3-pound containers. However, the number of units I'm referencing is only 3 pounds because my price is the $7 for each. Mascarpone cheese is the same way, in that it comes 12 16-ounce tubs per case. However, buying a single tub, which is 1 pound, is $5.67. So let's back up and recap just quickly how I got to this point. These products here on my price sheet are the products that were ordered and I want to find data for. I then went and searched eggs. I went and searched the milk, the butter. I located them all on the price list and listed the UPC. I listed the case size and I listed the case cost. Then I went back and determined the units. For eggs, there are 30 dozen eggs in there, or 360 eggs, depending on how I want to look at it. Milk is 4 gallons, or 512 ounces. I took 4 gallons times 128 ounces to determine the total amount of ounces here. Butter is 36 pounds, or I could write that as 576 ounces. Ricotta cheese, I left at 3 pounds. I didn't feel the need to write 48 ounces. And mascarpone cheese, I left as 1 pound, rather than 16 ounces. I am determining this unit here. And how do I determine it? Usually, I can go ahead and look at what is ordered. What are the units on the ordering guide? Note on the requisition, eggs are ordered by the dozen, milk is ordered by the ounce, butter by the ounce, ricotta by the pound, and mascarpone by the pound. My units then should be dozens, ounces for the milk, ounces for the butter, and then I have pounds for the ricotta and pounds for the mascarpone, matching what's above. The reason for this is that I can then determine what the cost per unit is, as I did for the eggs, by taking the case cost of $34.43 divided by the number of units. So for the cost per dozen, I'm taking $34.43 divided by 30. If I want to determine the cost per egg, I take this case cost divided by the number of eggs. Let's go forward with the milk. $16.76 is my cost for the milk. If I want the cost per gallon, I would divide by 4. However, I want the cost per ounce, so I'm going to divide by 512. Notice here, no matter what this number is, if it's greater than 0, I'm going to round up. So this is 4 cents per ounce of milk. Yes, it's a little higher because of the idea of rounding up, but I'd rather have a little extra than to be slightly under. So this 4 cents per ounce then, I can take and transform onto my requisition form. Here, where I need 6 ounces, I can take this, multiply it by the 4 cents per ounce to tell me the cost of the milk that's being ordered is 24 cents. 4 cents times 6 ounces. Again, this is the cost per ounce of milk. The butter, I'll do the same. I need to know what the cost per ounce is so that I can include here what that price is to get my total cost. The ricotta cheese, I need the price per pound, and the mascarpone, I need to know the price per pound. So let's determine the price of butter per ounce. Hopefully you're thinking 98.47, the case price, divided by 576 total ounces. That gives me, see, this is even a hair. It's still going to be 18 cents per ounce. Down below, we have $7 for 3 pounds. I need the price per pound. So 7 divided by 3 gives me $2.34 per pound. $5.67 for 1 pound. My price per pound, you guessed it, $5.67. Now I'll take these costs and do a cost analysis above of the actual ingredients being used. Now that I have my price per unit, I can now perform the calculations to determine the cost for the amount used. Again, it's important to note that in costing out a recipe or determining any cost, you're determining the actual amount being used. I know I can't buy half a dozen eggs, but in the quantity that I'm purchasing, here is what half a dozen actually costs. I can't buy milk, just 6 ounces of it. No, I'm going to buy in 4 gallons of it. And here's what the cost is per ounce as I'm purchasing those 4 gallons. Butter, 18 cents per ounce times our 4 ounces gives us 72 cents for the cost of butter being used. Here we have the ricotta, we only need 1 pound, and it's $2.34 per pound. That's an easy one. For mascarpone, I'm going to take my 567 and I'm going to take it times 0.5, which would be my half, to get my 284. Again, I'm going to round up. So now I have all of my dairy ingredients ordered. If I wanted to say take the total cost of what the dairy ingredients cost for this recipe, I could go ahead and total these amounts here for a total cost. Not necessary, but just so that you know and have an idea for how you would do a total cost of this entire food order. Now, continuing on with just the dairy products, let's go to our next step, which is actually creating a purchase order. All of our pricing guides that we've looked at are for Sysco. So I'm going to write our purveyor as Sysco, and let's say that I want to get this food order next Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and include the date. Now, you may enter this order online, but here you want to have an idea of what you're ordering and be able to track this information here. So I've included those same 5 dairy products we've been talking about so far. Here's the UPC, so I don't need to re-look up and search for these items yet again. Here's what the full case size is and the cost. Note again, I wrote each next to the ricotta and mascarpone because I'm looking to get what's considered a split item, an individual container versus a full case. So now I need to determine what are the cases, how many cases do I need to order? Well, it's pretty easy for this one because I'm talking small quantities, but for your future assignments, if you needed 45 dozen eggs, you need to order 2 cases. The estimated cost then would be 2 times the total case cost. You'd be getting 2 cases in. But for this, I'm getting 1 case in, and my cost is $34.43. For milk, I needed 6 ounces, so I only need 1 case there, and my cost is $16.76. Same thing for the butter, as well as the ricotta and the mascarpone. Here I have all of my costs completed. In order to determine what my total cost of just the dairy products that I'm bringing in are, I'll use my calculator here and add these quantities, these prices together. $98.47, $7, and $5.67. $162.33. What does this number represent? This is what you would actually be writing a check out or swiping your credit card. This is what you're actually paying to get all of these ingredients in. It's not an actual cost in reference to your recipe. It is just how much your cost of goods are coming in the door. Now, only maybe $5 of this may go into this recipe from all these ingredients we're purchasing, but the rest will go into inventory and be added to that total cost association that we'll talk about in future weeks. For this week, I want you to look through the process of adding up your items on a purchase order and including how many cases you will order based on the purchasing assignment that I have built for you. In your purchasing assignment this week, I have provided a requisition for you from the Garde Manger kitchen. They're looking for a variety of dairy ingredients as well as produce items, as we've covered this week. I've done the first one for you. This is the requisition, including dairy products. Here you have your produce items as well as a dry good dairy product. I'm looking for you to take this information, determine what you will purchase, and what the actual cost is for these items. Note something like 18 cups of half and half is not truly an appropriate, measurable, purchasable amount. Instead, I will have to calculate those 18 cups and that there were 4 cups in every quart to tell me that I need 4.5 quarts. I think I'm going to go ahead as I'm talking and just write the 4.5 quarts here. That is a more measurable and purchasable amount for me. I don't want to just stick to what they already have or what was ordered if I can go ahead and convert that information easily here, rather than changing the rest of my information down the road. You'll notice I have 8 quarts of heavy cream, 3 pounds of sour cream, 22 dozen eggs, 16 pounds of cream cheese, 6 pounds of ricotta, and 1 gallon of milk. Then for the apples, I list 32 each lemon, 45 lemons. Here I have information and produce listed in pounds, and then your evaporated milk is listed in ounces. You might want to convert that depending on what you're purchasing. As you continue down through your assignment then, I provided a pricing sheet for you. Here you can record all the information as you locate these items on the pricing guides that I've provided from Sysco. I've done the butter for you. I found the UPC. Here is the case size, 36 1-pound containers for a total of 36 units. The case cost of $98.47 and a total cost then of $2.74 per pound. I want you to continue on with all of the ingredients that are included in the food order above and now determine all of the pricing information and purchasing information. You'll continue down and then build your purchase order. Now you're going to need to list all the ingredients that you need to purchase with the associated costs, including how many cases you will need. I would like you to cost this out completely to determine your total cost for your food order and your total cost for, again, your purchase order. Remember, your purchase order is the cost that you're paying to get all these ingredients in the door. The cost of your pricing sheet is just a matter of information for you, but the cost of the requisition, that's what's important. This is the actual cost of the items being used. 45 pounds of butter is $123.30, not the total cost of buying 2 cases, which is $190 plus. Again, you may not be purchasing these exact amounts, and sometimes you may. Ricotta cheese, we can buy just 6 pounds, but the milk, we're going to buy 4 gallons in a case. So it's important, actually crucial, that you're using the actual cost of the amount needed, not the amount of what is coming in the door that you're paying on that invoice. Please let me know and reach out directly if you have any questions on the purchasing assignment or any of the information included in this video. Thank you.